What's up, you guys? It's Ludwin, and welcome back to my channel. And we are back for another episode. Well, another reaction video to Love is Blind Season 6, what I like to call the terror. The terror season. No, that's not right. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. It needs a worse name. Calamity. Yeah. Calamity season. Or tumultuous. Honey, it's just trash. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video so that way you can enjoy my videos more often. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new, be sure to subscribe. All right. So we're gonna go over season 6, episode 1 and 2 today. I have to note, I have watched all 9 episodes. Now, granted, when this dropped last week on Valentine's Day, I watched it when it dropped, and it was so sweet. I was actually in my feelings. I don't know why I was, because I'm a thug. But no, when the show dropped, I watched the first 6 episodes like everyone else. It was so sweet in the beginning, and I was like, oh my god, I've fallen in love. Oh my god, it's so cute. Then rewatch some things. And I watch other YouTube creators and giving their opinion. And I want to say, like, I mostly follow the Black women's of YouTube. So people like Jessie Woo, Roxy Says, Queenie, what else do I watch? What's that lady with the animated face? Mush. Don't judge me. Moisha? I think she said, I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of sass. I love that intro. But anyway, so I watched the girlies and I've heard their opinions, and I want to give my opinions. I hope you guys are ready, because I wasn't. So at first I watch it with my rose-colored glasses, thinking like, oh my god, this might be a different season. It might be different. And boy, was I wrong. I was so wrong, you guys. I was so wrong. How could I be so wrong? I was bamboozled, you guys. Oh my god, I was so bamboozled. Because season 5 was so ridiculously terrible with pending lawsuits, they completely skipped the part about doing the after reunion, like what they've been up to type of episode. They just said scratch that, it's season 6. Forget season 5 ever happened. We're going straight to season 6, and they started with the chaos. And as a true chaotic queen that I am, I'm loving every moment of it. So we're gonna go over the lovely iPod. I'm gonna go a couple different scenes, not all of them, just the ones that I cared about. So, Lord, is that you, God? Don't take me yet. If you see me looking down, my laptop is this way, and my wonderful camera is right here, and there's a mirror behind me because I'm at my vanity table where I do my makeup. So I might go like this because I have so much light on me. So my nose might get a little shiny, but we gonna get that together. You know what I'm saying? And nothing like a little powder. Every now and then, I do what I call makeup and chat, where I go live, I do my makeup for you, and we go over any trending topic that is going on for that week. Not today though. Today I came ready. So let's go over season one. I mean episode one, right? Episode one. It's called Higher Love. Immediately, I knew it was gonna be ghetto because who chooses this song? Who chooses this song? There must be a higher love down in the heart or hidden in the stars above. Hey, 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 hey. Hello. Hello. Oh my gosh. Is extremely shallow. I've been ready to get married for a long time. Hello. I feel optimistic that my person is here. I want to feel 100% chosen. Hey. I want to experiment and really embrace who I am on the inside. I can see myself falling. Let's go back to this. I want a man that will embrace the experiment and really embrace who I am on the inside. I can. Hold on. We need to back up to AD for a second. I want a man that will embrace the experiment and really embrace who I am on the inside. Baby, what are those? What are those? AD, what is this? Why your lashes this long, ma'am? Why they this long? What is this, madam? No, like, can we be? Oh, see, I need to turn off my notifications. Why your lashes this long on National Black TV? On Black History Month, ma'am. We can't do that. We can't do this. Okay, I'm on YouTube. I can do what I want, but I'm not on YouTube. I'm not on Netflix. I'm sorry. I'm not on Netflix. Okay, I ain't gonna show up with lashes this long. I know they said protect the black woman, but we need to be honest with the black woman too, baby. Your lashes cannot be longer than the space between your eyelid and your eyebrows. It's too much. First of all, these lashes are the bomb. The one I'm wearing are the bomb, diggity.com. But, honey, know your face. Know your face. Even in this picture on the screen, you guys, the space, like her eyebrows are so sparse. They're tiny. They didn't. I don't know who did her makeup. What I can say is the eyebrows are thin. When you have thin eyebrows, you do not wear fluffy mink lashes like that. You gotta match the face. It doesn't work. Please. This is why I call her Oreo. Cause she do black woman things, but she act like a white girl. It's the weirdest thing. It's like she embraced both sides fully. It's a dichotomy. Anyways, let's move forward. I can see myself falling in love.
fell in love with somebody that I've never seen before. Really, truly believe that love is blind. We've done the emotional. Now we have to connect on a physical level. Is our love and our relationship going to be enough? That is my biggest fear. I want you to show me that you love me, and you don't. I had a moment today where I was like, "Bro, am I really doing this?" She'd be on him. If there's ever a chance your mind is shifting in your choice. The hardest thing has been like trying to figure out like what to follow my heart or follow my head. You signed up for this knowing goddamn well that you would be dating 15 other people on the other side. I fully did exactly what I needed to do for the reason that I came here, which was to meet the love of my life. And I'll be damned if somebody sits here and they can't come back to reality. You fucked her. I know you fucked her. I choose you. You are what I want for the rest of my life. My greatest accomplishment?
I choose you. You are the one I want for my life. I love a country twang. Not gonna hold you. I love me a country twang. Here's the thing, right? I like how they start off the show with an overview about the season, how traumatic it's going to be. Now, there are few scenes in here that hasn't shown yet, even though we're 9 episodes in. There's a scene where AD's crying. I haven't seen that. There's a scene where Chelsea Nunn is saying that, or you smashed her, I'm assuming some BS. Yeah, so the lovely 3 people on my screen right here are the most ridiculous in the first 2 episodes. That's why they're up here. I will sprinkle the others in between, but I want to talk about the first person, Matthew. If you've watched my Meet the Cast video, you know by now I call Matthew Terrorist Matthew. The reason why is this man showed up to the pods with a full list of 15 questions. I mean, granted, it would be a great tactic because this is speed dating. So essentially, if you've never watched Love is Blind, they bring in 15 male and 15 women to speed date and get to know each other for 10 days. Within the first 10 days of the experiment, you get to ask them any question you want to find out who is the right match for you. Should you find the right match, you will get engaged at the end of the speed dating process of the 10 days. It could be early, it could be all the way at the end, depending on how long it takes you to figure out who is your perfect match. Now, after you get engaged, you meet. You have a quick 3-minute, don't quote me on that. You get to meet for a little bit and you see who you've been talking to. So during the 10 days, you do not see each other. You are in a pod form, like where it is joined by a wall that they can hear you, but they cannot see you the whole time. Now, once you're engaged, that's when you get to see who you've been talking to the entire time or who you just got engaged to. Now, in this in-person meeting, which is barely 10 minutes, you can actually propose in person, which give the person the ring that you proposed to in the pod sight unseen. And from there is where the chaos happens. It's either it's a good reveal or it's a terrible reveal. And then from the reveal, you guys get to go on a little trip. This is where you get to be intimate with each other. This can mean regular intimacy or sexual intimacy. And this is where people get to see if they really do align physically. Because the first step is to align emotionally, and then physically, and then the third stage is that you come back into reality, which is you live in a chosen dwelling of Netflix choice. It could be an apartment or an Airbnb. It doesn't matter. They choose a place for you guys, and then you live there while you plan your wedding in 4 weeks. You get to meet the family. meet the friends, they come over, you get to see how everybody acts around each other, you get to see how everyone acts around other castmates during the trip, and also when you come back. Now, what happened is during the trip, you get to meet the other engaged couples. But once you come back home to reality, you get to meet the rest of the cast. And this is another hurdle people have to go over because they're going to see who they missed out on, who they said no to, and regret their choices sometimes. And then from all these obstacles, you get to finally go to the wedding and say yes or no at the altar. If you say yes, you married for real. Let's be serious. You guys are getting really married. Like you sign on the dotted line, you are married. It's a real wedding. This isn't for play. You sign a marriage decree, a marriage license, and you get married for real. Like for real. Like be for real. Okay? So, right now I'm going to discuss with you basically the first two episodes is roughly the 10-day meet and greet area. But the first day is when you really meet everybody within like an actual speed dating process. Then as the days go on, you start narrowing it down to people you feel like is your best match. All right. So Matthew, actually, let's go back. So in the woman's pod, um, we meet again the wonderful Jessica. You watch my first video about Love is Blind season 6, meet the cast. I express how much I adore Jessica. But here's the thing. No matter how many times people have said online and in on YouTube land that they don't want to see Lachey's, the Lachey's are back again. Now I can do about that. But here's my thing, right? Sorry about the lighting. But it is what it is.
And I'm Nick Lachey. Welcome to Love is Blind. I'm just curious, what made you want to come and be a part of Love is Blind? I've been looking for like the same thing, like what I'm like physically attracted to. You know, it just hasn't been like
Dion.
What I really need to fulfill. I did.
I think I said Dion sounded like a good man because he dressed nice and no loafers. No loafers, no sneakers, just a nice blue U of an outfit because he had like jeans on, I believe, but he has like a navy jacket, white tee, just gorgeous.
For sports teams, and a lot of times.
So it did come off and said like she's usually judged based on her being a cheerleader in the sports team and based on how her body is. So that has been a point of contention for her. But let me tell you this. Sweetie, your body is sickening. There's no denying that. It's one thing to know that you are fine. It's another to also be an active participant in your objectification too. So knowing that you know that you're fine, we gotta find another way to get men to be interested in you. I think that's why you say like people they judge you based on that alone. Newsflash: these men are highly insecure. There is nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. The moment you're around other men, actually, let's word of advice. I can't talk. Word of advice to you ladies. If you're with a man and he feels some type of way about your job, and that you are around other men and they don't feel comfortable, it's because he's not comfortable in his pockets. Let me repeat that. A man who is comfortable in his pockets, in his career, and his life choices is not going to be insecure about you hanging around other males at your job. It's a job. You working. If at any point your man wanna come at you and tell you who you with, who's that in the background, who's talking to you, let me see what you got going on. Why you coming home at 5:02 when you get off at 5? Excuse me? You are not a tree. You can move. You can leave that man alone. You are not a child. You do not need to be consulted with. You do not need to be uh watched or made feel like you're doing something wrong for doing something simple like going to work. When I'm at work, I'm at work. And half of the time, if they questioning you being around other men at your job, they cheating on you. Because you telling me that you're uncomfortable, that means you know what you're doing wrong and you feel like they might also be doing the same thing. So automatically you start asking questions to make sure they're not doing the same thing. And that also raises the red flags in a woman's mind, like, why are you asking me that? Why are you asking me that question? Are you doing something? He's definitely doing something. If he's questioning if you're cheating, or he doesn't trust you around he doesn't trust you around other men, that's because he doesn't trust himself around other women, and that he's using the benefit of being around other women because he knows if he gonna do it, he might think you're gonna do it because you fine. All right, just want to put it out there. Don't get confused.
A lot of guys will really just judge me based off that alone. Like, oh, she's a dancer, she's a cheerleader. I want something deeper. Let the outside just be like the cherry on top. I'm a big guy into fitness.
Trevor!
They judge me before they get to know my inner personality.
Kane!
When they hear that I'm 25 years old, it's like, are you ready for this?
No.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Super nervous.
No, you're not. No, you're not, sir. You young. You young. Be outside some more. Yeah, be outside some more. So let's hear about one of the main concerns they had this season.
It's about some of the guys are going to receive the fact that I have a child. Her name's Autumn. Autumn. Like, what's your name? Jessica. Jessica. Oh.
A queen.
I'm sorry. I just love her so much. Like, do you think that that's something that you're going to wait to tell someone, or you think you're going to come out of the gate, and be like, by the way, I have a kid? I want to give people the chance to like get to know me individually first, because even though I'm a mother and it's the most important thing to me, it doesn't define me. Like, I feel like I'll just know when the time is right to tell somebody. She can't wait. Like, she's already been Googling like her dress.
I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. I know a lot of times single mother has a stigma, and it's only because insecure men made it a stigma. Mm-hmm. It's only because insecure men make it a stigma, and also the fact that it's like, okay, yes, I'm a single mom, but also like they don't want the responsibility because they don't have the money. Yeah, can we be honest? Can we be honest in 2024? The reason why most men don't want to date women with children that's not theirs initially, it is because they are not an adult to handle the responsibility. And how can you be an adult to kids? Kids cost money. Kids needs time and effort, and they not ready for that most times. And that is why they want to shame women who have children when the reality is they're not ready to be an adult to two to three other people. They're not ready to be responsible adults. That's what it is. And also, that's how they got the single mom, because the father was not a responsible adult. So they left the woman to be a single mother because they did not want the responsibility of showing up. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Now, half of the time, there are good co parenting aspects just because the relationship there work. However, as a newcomer to this woman, knowing she has children, let's not be confused here. There is a responsibility because that woman and her child slash children comes as a package. You cannot assume responsibility for one without assuming responsibility for all the parties involved. And in his mind, the moment you said, "Oh, I have a child," he's like, "Oh, wow. An average dinner date is like $100. You add a child, that's an extra $20. So every time you go out, it's at least $120. He doesn't want. That's just going out, not accounting how many times he'll be around the child, and even if it gets to a marriage, he has to take into effect that, like, so how do I cover three people on one regular income? That's the thought process. Because, for example, if the man is only making $20 an hour, let's do the math, right? Calculator, $20 an hour times 40 hours a week times 52 weeks. That is $41,000 for one household, right? That's not bad. It's average, right? On one person. So let's say it costs roughly 3,000 to survive, right? So 20 times 40 times 4 for the month is $3,000. This is just rent for and food for one person. You add an extra person into the mix, you have an extra car payment. Let's say you have an additional $400 in car payment. You have an additional $300 for food because you now have three people to feed. It's not just you no more. So now you are already at 3,900. And so some reason your light bill just double because you have an extra people in the house. So now you, instead of you paying $200, maybe $100, $150 for your light bill for yourself, now you're paying $300, right? So now you at, so hold on, $400 for the car, another $300 for groceries, another $300 for light bill, and then your rent, it's probably gonna stay the same. So $1,500 for rent. Well, if it's a 3 bedroom, because now you have an extra person, you actually have an extra two people. So give and take, you now move into a 3 bedroom place. It's not $1,500 anymore. It's $2,200. Let's add an extra 700 to that 1,500. So now you have 3,200, right? Not accounting internet. That's 150. Cable, another 250. Cell phone bill, your phone bill, and her. Well, depending on the age of the child, they might also need a phone. So now you have 3 lines. 3 lines becomes what? I have two and I'm paying like 200. So give and take 270. um for the phone line. And then yeah, you are over your limit. You've added an extra $2,000 to your bills. Now you're like, oh my God, I'm only making $3,200 a month. After tax, that's $2,700. And I just added $2,000 more into myself. He started freaking out. Where am I going to get an extra $2,000 worth of bills from? So now he's like, okay, I need a better job. I might need two jobs at this point. And that's how men start asking women to do 50-50 because they see it like, well, shoot, you got hands and feet, you can work, pay these bills too, because I can't afford it. So now you're forcing them to grow up to be more of a responsible adult where they had to make more money to match the adulting. So instead of now making 20 bucks an hour, he's found a job to make $26 an hour to be able to somewhat survive. Because now it's 54,000. You just added an extra from 41,000, an extra $13,000, which is barely actually 26 not enough. You need 30. You need another. You need a $38 an hour job times 40 times 52 weeks, 62,000 minus the 41,000. Yeah, 21,000 divided by 12 months. That's almost $1,700 extra. You add $10 more to his current $20 an hour income, and now it's only an extra $1,700. This is why men are freaking out because they're like, where am I going to get this money? And the fact that some of these men are not even in the adult age signing up for a marriage is wild to me. How is a 25-year-old middle school principal going to cover? Uh, hold on, how much a principal make in North Carolina? Let's take a look. Charlotte middle school principal salary. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, I take that back. I take it back. I take that back. Okay, okay. Hold on. We need to. We need to. Hold on. Shoot, let me move to South Carolina. I mean Charlotte then. Okay, as you can see, 50th percentile middle school principal salary is roughly 100K. 100K for a salary, right? But we have people who have like regular jobs. I think like some people were an account manager, project manager. I think that's what what's his name? Trevor salary was. So give and take $85,000. Oh, it's not a lot. We were just what, 60,000? 30. Okay, what's 85? It says 85, 614 divided by 52 weeks divided by 40 hours. Okay, $41 an hour. We need you to make minimum 85. Become a project manager like our king, Trevor. Yeah? All right, let's go back. So we're gonna take a look at terrorist Matthew. You ready? They give him a whole special right
crazy
here.
that I don't think it sounds crazy. The thought of marriage and for me and Jessica. You, hey, I'm Jessica. I have questions written down and they're numbered 1 through 15. Okay. So if you want, you can pick a number. Give me 10. What is something you think you excel at in relationships? My loyalty and devotion to my partner. What about you? You know, I was just going to ask the questions. I wasn't really anticipating getting the same one back. Oh my God. Yep, just talking to the wall. This experiment, I didn't really know what to expect, but I knew it was going to be incredibly hard.
You don't
Having
say.
Conversations about our emotions is probably not somewhere where I would excel. Hello. What's your name? Matthew. Matthew, nice to meet you. My name is Sarah Ann. How's everything?
What do you mean you didn't think you were going to answer questions? This is speed dating. You ask questions, I ask questions, we both answer each other's question. Where was the miscommunication with that? I don't understand. Where was the miscommunication? Like you watched the show. I know you do because you've made sure to tell us about the show throughout the show. Talking about America is going to root for you where. So you know for sure you've watched the show. You have examined the show.
You going today? I don't know. We'll keep that close to the vest. Do you have anything you'd like to ask me? I do have a list of 15, and you can pick a number, and I'll ask you a question. 12. What is one of your current short-term goals? I do want to meet the love of my life. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to actually meet someone without them judging me and me judging them. And so naturally, I'm trying to be kind and wholehearted as I possibly can with someone, I think just from knowing that you're going to be judged, I definitely will say that I can relate to those reservations 100%. You're going to be judged is always a little bit, scary. However, I think also being in everyday life, people judge too. Are you there?
The man walked out. The man walked out of Sarah and going over her soliloquy. Es-tu brute? Where you have no home training? You don't walk out on people when they're talking. I saw somewhere where he commented on somebody's post on Instagram that it's a lie. I didn't really walk out of the room. Sweetheart, you walked out on Jessica too. How many times are you gonna walk out for you to be like, oh, they caught me at a bad angle? Darling, she was still talking. If that was fake, if that wasn't real, um, her face wouldn't have been dropped when you walked out. If it's one thing we want to be in 2024, can we be for real? Can we be for real? Yeah? Can we be for real in 2024? Because it makes no sense. I'm not gonna keep playing clips. However, we saw how the man was a menace to multiple women. Even the one where I were like, I think Amber, White Amber was like, give me number 4. He was like, nope, people chose number 4 today. And I want number 4. My answer might be different. Give me number 4. I chose number 4. Give me my number 4. What's wrong with you? Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what number I can pick. What's wrong with you? Now, honestly, it took me by surprise that did it? No, it took me by surprise how after him being a menace to multiple women, all of a sudden he want to be nicer to Amber a little bit. And then he got nicer to AD, the Black Amber. I had a feeling that AD was okay with dating white men. It was more along the lines of does because we after watching the full 2 episodes with the season, I wonder, did Matthew know that AD was a Black woman to where he was like, this is a surefire entry point into the show, so he chose to settle and be nicer to her because he probably seen the show multiple times based on his statements of saying like America's gonna root for you because he knows he came off strong. Remember, I read his bio in the first review of Meet the Cast I did. The man says he wants to hold on. Let me pull it up because it was so ghetto. It was very ghetto. Uh, let's read. Let's read his bio so I can make sure you remember how much of a terrorist this man was going to be. This man in his bio, it said that he was going to bring his shenanigans to the show. And he started and he did it for real. So it says he's choosing to confront his issues head on. And then he says that this is an opportunity that he wants to take the weakness and expose it. Then I said, okay, so you want to bring the madness to these women, right? And he started off with the madness, very calculated. The man barely spoke to the men on the men's side. And then on top of him being mysterious, this is someone because, well, for one, he's a financial advisor. That's one thing, right? This is someone who brought a whole list of 15 questions to go through. What now? Granted, we don't know how long you could be in the first day in the pods, but give and take, right? He's going down the list and guessing who's who. And if he really examined the show like he tried to examine these women with these 15 questions that he also didn't want to answer, I think at one point he started to realize, okay, what is a winning formula? And sadly, this winning formula involved a Black woman because he knows America loves a good redemption story, as he said. Because he said, okay, I'm going to bring the chaos at first and redeem myself. However, how can I redeem myself without going through the Black woman? Because nothing happens when you don't involve the Black woman. They like to use those as pawns in their games a lot of the time. So, in retrospect, I think he was trying to use AD to clean up his image, to have the redemption story, as he said. And granted, he doesn't know that, well, it's not shown in particular that he knows that AD is a black woman. However, I believe she said she likes to go by AD, but it's Amber Desiree. So Desiree is not necessarily a white girl name. Duh. So actually, let's play this off. Let's go back.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Okay.
I'm Matthew. Hey, Matthew. My name is AD. What are you looking for? Yeah, right off the bat, eh? Yeah. I'm certainly not doing this to become a C-list celebrity.
Oh, you definitely are. You definitely are. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because you studied the show.
Well, that's good news. I'm the king of first impressions. You.
The king of first impressions. So you know how to put up a good front. It's one thing to know that you make great first impressions, like you are charming, you are good looking, you have mouth of gab, but it's another to specialize yourself in it. At that point, it becomes disingenuous. If you have to call yourself the king of impressions, first impressions, that means you have garnered a way or a system to manipulate reactions from people. Because it's one thing to be confident and say, okay, yes, I know how to articulate myself. I know how to present myself. I know how to behave in public or have the correct emotional intelligence. That's all fine and dandy. What happens now is the fact that he knows that he's good at it, and he probably have created a particular formula that way he knows what works and what doesn't work. This man is 37. He's not a spring chicken. He's not Kenneth, who's 27. He's not Kenneth. This is a grown 37-year-old man, so he knows the game. He knows the game. You can't talk to him like you talk to Kenneth or Jiminy Cricket. Okay? You can't talk to him like Jeremy, Playboy Jeremy, okay? Like you got to come with it, right? And calling yourself the king of impressions, first impressions, yeah, terrorist. He's a terrorist.
You've made a lasting impression. This is like so awkward for my personality. Like, I'm a small town country boy. Population of 600 people. Mm-hmm. So, Imbad is or maybe somebody else. Is that something you want to deal with?
Win a woman over is diabolical. It's one thing to know that, like, based on interactions and conversations between two people, you find common ground, and then hopefully you win them over with your charm, right? With the way you make them laugh, the way you make them feel comfortable, the way you ease into conversations where they don't feel attacked or belittled. Just great conversations in general, right? So it's another to win someone over. If you do the right thing, over time, you will win the person over genuinely. But for you to be like, yeah, I want to win you over, that is intent. You intent to be a terrorist.
Win me over? I'm going to try. Okay. Well, I'm open to it. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. That's a good start. Better than the other ones I had today.
Better than the other ones I have today? He's like, okay, these other women are not going for my BS. She she's going for it. She really is going for this. Okay, cool. I'm gonna play right here. I'm gonna win you over. That's it. This is my golden ticket. If all else fails, I'm sitting right here. I bet you he probably went back to the men's lounge and was like, okay, I found two embers. One is a little sweet, but should be straightforward. The other one is kind of eh. She doesn't sound like she's right in the head. So I think I'm a if I play this right, he probably had like a spreadsheet of pros and cons for both of them. And I was like, okay, so this is the person I really want, but this one will keep me in the game. So let me play the game right. Let's feed them both the same information so they can keep me in the game. Then at the end, I'll choose who I really want. Now, here's where I know he was diabolical. Okay. He was diabolical when he said,
yeah, and I tore my hamstring. Right now. Yeah, like attacked me and
hold on.
hello. It's Matthew. Hey, Matthew, it's AD. Oh, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, pleasant surprise.
I also have a connection. He's got like a hard shell, natural way. Be nice. Why? Because I don't know. I'm like. Are you being a little protective? What, Jen? If that needs many words. Figure out how a city girl ends up liking a country boy. Oh my gosh! Yeah.
I think, hold on. We're gonna get to that area where he was like, oh, make sure you don't tell nobody. Right? And I was like, wait, what do you mean by that? Okay, there you go. I think this is the third day because she's wearing a blue. So this is probably like their third date. I don't know about the third date, but she's wearing a blue dress, right? This is still the first episode. She's wearing a blue dress, and
Why? You just never know. A wise man. Yeah. Has been.
there you
I don't
go.
know. I just. What about what I said to you today? And I'll just carry you out of here. I don't want to leave, but that was really cute. Okay. You're just the cutest. Are you going to tell anybody about what I said to you today? I'm gonna just like simmer in it. I'm just gonna enjoy my moment. Cause I don't know. I just am loving this moment, and I just want it to be mine and ours.
Are you gonna tell anyone about what I said today? Who says stuff like that unless you know you are diabolical, where you know you said the same thing to somebody else? Not for nothing.
It's just like I want to leave.
I don't think you guys can see this, but in the last 7 minutes, well, the last 10 minutes of the first episode, the man was talking to her about like what he would want to do. He wants to leave, he would propose to her, he would do this, he would ask his her dad hand in marriage, and she telling him, well, he passed away, so there's no reason for that. But he's saying all these great things, right? I don't know if you can see my screen or not, but I want to show you something. I feel like he has a note, uh, uh, um, a script written in an extra postcard in his notebook, because everyone gets a notebook in the show to write down, notes about each other, right? Who you dating. I want to scroll back. to where he's laying down and saying these great things to AD. And I feel like he's reading it off that piece of paper. And it freaked me out when I saw it because I was like, hold up.
You're funny. You're quick-witted. I just sense you're just incredibly caring. I could just feel you being protected. Comes from this.
Hold on. I'm gonna find.
I'll just give you the biggest hug.
Okay, so he lays down. This is at 10.
You can use that right now. Yeah.
I think it's like 101.
I hope you know that when I'm saying this, I'm not embellishing. I'm trying to be as honest as I can.
Mm-hmm.
But what is my greatest accomplishment?
Okay, baby, I want you to see this with your own two eyes. Okay. You know what? For good measure, I'm gonna use my stylo pen. All right. I want you to see this. Let me bring my display up some so y'all can see. Okay. This is his notebook.
Yeah. Finding you. As honest as I can.
Look at this.
What is my greatest accomplishment?
Do you see this? This is the blue note, and this is the actual notebook. Do you see this? I know there's a glare, but I'm gonna zoom in so you could see, okay? This is him holding the notebook. This is the notebook at the bottom. This is a sheet of paper, okay? It's a different color between the two. This man has the script right here, okay? I want you to see what I mean. I want y'all to go back on your own TV screen at exactly 101:58. 101:57 to 59 second. That man has the script within his notebook. This is how you find a diabolical man.
No, it's just getting hot in here. I'm like, oh. I wanted to call my mom and tell her.
I wanted to call my mom and tell her I have found her. It's right here. I promise you. You cannot miss it.
No,
you cannot miss it.
I wanted to call my mom and tell her.
It's right here. Oh my God.
Like, oh, I finally found her. Matthew. What? Are you serious? I'm dead serious.
Diabolical. I'm probably not gonna keep playing so I don't get flagged. But realistically, you guys, this man knew what was going on. That's why he tried to say, like, okay, don't tell other people what we talked about in this pod. And she was like, okay, fine, I'll keep it to myself. However, White Amber did not keep it to herself. So they end up finding out about his exact method. And that's how AD was able to be like, nah, I'm good. No. Now, um, let's bring back my photo once more. Window. Okay, so as you can see, um, too big. So we got Matthew, and then she ended up falling for Clay, Toxic King Clay. I called him Toxic King Clay, and I gave most of my reasons in the Meet the Cast video. Um, both men are extremely toxic for different reasons, right? And I was saddened when she fell for both of them because with Clay, she she was more saying like, "Oh my God, he's like the type that I've dated." Because the swagger, the people that lie to her, because she said in her bio for the show that usually they act like they're ready and they're really not, or they lie to her, and that's been a consistent thing. So when it comes to Clay, yes, they have great banter. Yes, they get along. Yes, they understand about how to be playful. However, this man was honest about how he is fearful of relationships, or like he hasn't really tried to leave his guard down. And in general, from watching the first two episodes, it was one of those things where like you need to help me be a better man. Baby, don't do that. We are not their moms to make them a better mom. We are not Jesus. We are not God. We are not Jesus to make these men better men. It is not your job, sis, to help him become a better man. No. Your job is to just exist and meet the men that matches you in full without exerting too much energy into his personal development. His personal growth has nothing to do with you. And remember the word adaptability in his bio. And this is what he wants from someone like AD, because she knows she will have his back no matter what. And that's something that's really scares me, because if you start slowly helping a man to be a better version of himself and accepting him at certain flaws. I can understand like you can accept some flaws, minute flaws, not big red flag flaws like this. Especially him talking about his dad and also his past, and how like he hasn't really found what he's looking for, and we're like, wait, is it though? Is it really that hard? Or you were just outside? And he has a huge ego, a self-proclaimed huge ego on top of that. So he knows, just like Matthew knows, that he's the king of first impressions, because he found a formula that works. The same way with him, with Clay, he knows how much game he has because of his huge ego. It's a self-proclaimed huge ego. So this man knows what is going on with him. He knows how girls see him. He knows how women gravitate towards him because he used to play basketball. This is someone who knows the game. He knows what to say, when to say it, and to make you adaptable. Adaptability was the very first thing that is synonym to malleable and pliable. Pliable means you're doing the bending. The moment you start with accepting small things to help the man in his development, the bigger the ask will get. You start with a small ask. The next thing you know, you are a project manager. This is not your project, baby girl. This is not your project. Do not do it. I beg. I beg. Do not do it. Do not do it. Do not do it. Don't do it. Worst mistake you can ever make. Worst mistake you can ever make is to let this man drag you in the name of love. I could never. All right. Next thing is first couple that looked like they could fall in love. That was Johnny and Amy. They look like a cute couple. It's one of those things where like um they start sharing about their lives and how they grew up, and knowing now that I've read the bio for Johnny, I don't see their first meetup the same anymore. I'm sorry. The moment he heard that accent, he said, "Ooh, Latina. I like your accent." That man said, "Ooh, I heard Latina. Latinas are hardworking women. Let me give me one of those." Latinas are the light skinned version of black women. Strong Latinas. Strong, feisty Latinas. I, I promise. Strong, feisty Latinas. They hardworking Latinas. He heard the accent. He said, "Yeah, I'm sold." Because remember, he said he's looking for independent women who can stand on their own 2 feet. That's what it says in his bio. So he's broke. You know how I know it's broke? Because of the recent episode of 7, 8, and 9 in the discussion that they're having in that episode. And I'm not gonna go over that yet. I just know that, granted, we heard the conversation about her saying that my brother has autism, just in case my dad passes away, she will be the next in line to take care of him. I was surprised that he wasn't really forthcoming about how scary that is to be taking care of another person, because the way he was on the fence for the last 2 episodes, that is the least of your worries, my guy. um her her brother is the least of his worries, the least of his worries, okay? The least of his worries. And I found it like completely ridiculous how he wasn't honest about how he truly felt about the conversation about the brother taking care of another person in the household. Um, but so far, out of all the joined couples from the first 2 episodes and how they interacting, they were the cutest in interaction and in honesty, but they were not truly honest. All right, the next thing is we have Kenneth and Brittany, the Christians. Brittany is a sweet woman. Brittany is very straightforward, which I appreciate. Um, she found a weird way to ask if you're black or not. I don't know. That stood out to me. Like, what do you mean? Is my family black? Just ask me if I'm black. Just ask me if I'm black. Like because I'm black like this, not like this. Okay? I'm black like this, not like this, sis. Okay? I'm black. Now that we know episodes in that she likes black men, This could be another situation where like she heard the voice and understood this is a black man voice. I'm gonna stick right here. It could be another Matthew in a woman's body. She knows. She said, this could be my lucky coin. This could be my lucky coin. I think I want to move right here. He's Christian, I'm Christian. We should have the same values. Let me stay over here. Mm-hmm. Let me stay over here. Let me park over here. This is a surefire. And who knows, if he's handsome, I'll go with it. I'm a black I'm a black woman. I'm sorry. I'm a white girl. And boy, I don't know what's going on in Charlotte, North Carolina, but she was so secure. She was so secure in the choice that she was like, I'm here for you, baby. We got this. One band, one sound. We are one team. We are a team. We got this. We love Jesus. Now, one of the things that stood out to me too was the sex conversation. Kenneth was trying to gauge where they are when it comes to intimacy, where they would take it. He's trying to say, like, okay, so what is acceptable and what is not, which I appreciate from a king like Kenneth. However, when someone says, I'm looking towards not having sex until the wedding, until marriage, a, a lot of men take that as I don't want to touch you at all. I'm not into physical touch. And usually men are big on physical touch. So when you take that off the table, in some of the men's mind, they think, oh, okay, no touch at all. Because they don't want to be tempted. And one of the key things is like, well, if sex is off the table completely, um, well, I really wish they had the boundaries conversation because they left it open, and I didn't like that because if you're saying sex is off the table, is that all physical touch? What can or can I not do? I understood like initially he wanted to do a boundaries conversation when it comes to sex, but it didn't go into deep because he probably felt like she shut that down. So he's like, okay, cool, I respect it, but like what can I do and not do? Like, can I fill up on you? Like, can you hug up on me? Can you be kissy? Can you be lovey dovey? And it was not giving that. It wasn't giving that. It wasn't giving that. So that conversation was uh different for me because I would have garnered more information. Honestly, I would have asked more deeper questions to see like, okay, so what are your no zones? Take it back to middle school. What are your no zones? Tell me, where can I touch, cannot touch? And also, as a man, it's kind of like, okay, if I touch you too much, I'm gonna rise and then I can't do anything about it. So do I really want to put myself in a situation where I will get aroused and I can't do the next step? So that is the Christian life for you. So there's not much I can say about that. Now, here's another thing. Um, we have the love triangle. Well, really, the love rectangle. Jessica, Jiminy Cricket, um, Chelsea Nunn, and Trevor the King. And realistically, watching their interactions, I really thought deeper conversations happened between Jimmy and Jessica. Um, in the beginning of this video, I went over the fact that like I wouldn't have withheld that I have a child, although I do understand the situation when it comes to the stigma that men try to put on women, and the fact that she didn't want to attach herself to that stigma. I get that, girl, but that's not on you. So the moment she brought up the child, he was completely turned off. And I did not like how he wasn't honest that he didn't like it. And I hate the fact that like we have someone like him being a Mr. Nice Guy and say the right things when in reality you are lying. You are lying. Like if it bothers you that she has a child, say it. Do not hold back, because at that point when she really see your true honest feedback, she's gonna hit you. Because even though you weren't honest with her, you were honest with Chelsea Nunn about how someone dropped a bigger news, even though Chelsea dropped that she was married. I don't see anything wrong with being a previously married woman. I really don't. To me, if you tell me you're previously married, I could see it as like you gave it a good college try. Like you are big on commitment. You try to do commitment, something went wrong, and you end up getting divorced. However, depending on rewind, depending on how long the depending on how long the marriage was, I could see if you were commitment pro but not. If not, then it's just like you just got married for like a year or two. You didn't really try. However, if you're someone who got married and you were married for like 5+ years, I think you're a commitment probe and you give it your best, right? If it doesn't work, doesn't work. However, it's not something that should deter you from having meaningful relationship or secondary marriage or third marriage. So in such case, um, I don't like when men are not honest and try to give you political answers. And because when that happens, it piles on, it piles on, it piles on. And then you bust the pipes and then all the real truth come out. All the real truth come out. And let's pray it's not the truth serum, which is alcohol, and then you start telling your real honest answers. And I cannot wait for the chaos for when that day happens. This might be episode 10 because I'm here for it, because the damage, I'm ready for it. Let's see who else. Trevor the King. Trevor is someone who knew exactly from the first couple of dates he settled on Chelsea Nunn. Chelsea was the apple of his eye. The conversation were great. Honestly, they were probably a better fit than her and Jimmy. However, Jimmy is the type to like easy women. Easy to talk to, no talk back, do what I say. And I think he actually said it. He said he preferred to be in a relationship with women that he gets to be the leader. Meaning, I tell you what to do. You get on my program. Adaptability. And Chelsea gives the very much the vibe of an adaptable woman. You tell me the right things, and I will be yours forever if you're just nice to me. You're nice to me, I'm nice to you. Because at the end of the day, She is someone who likes to hear nice things. And sadly, uh, it became one of those things where it's like, sister girl. Honestly, when I hear men say stuff like that, it really bothers me because um you don't want to grow up. Now, granted, Jimmy's 27. There's a difference. There's a difference. Jimmy's 27. He's young. So responsibility is really not in his strong suit. And of course, there's still time. You know something? I was about to say that men be lying when they're young, but they do lie in their 40s too. So let me shut up. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Cause I might be the one to do it. Let me shut up. So I'm now here's where let's rewind on Jimmy. Here's where Chelsea messed up at. And this is, well, not messed up, but gained leg a leg up. Because they cannot see each other, right? But the women knows what each other look like. The insecurities are really strong with Chelsea Nunn. And in some way, shape, or form, women know where they rank between each other, right? Unless they're the Lulu. I like to call Chelsea the Lulu. I don't think she's fully the Lulu, right? Because she might be someone where she knows, okay, yes, I am attractive, but there's level of attractiveness. So, like for me, I feel like I'm attractive. I probably don't feel like I'm at what's her name, Naomi Campbell, because I'm not a freaking size 0. Okay, so I'm sure if I were to get to a size 2, I'll be prettier, right? But in my size, I'm pretty happy with my size right now. If I want to get skinnier, I probably will. But however, a skinnier woman not saying does, tend to amass more attractiveness amongst the public, right? And when you're someone who's average like Chelsea, and a lot of times insecurities will hit you and you start feeling some type of way. And this is why later on in the season, you see how her insecurities start showing up when she's around other women. And being in the quarters with the other women, she knows that Jessica is a baddie. There is other, how do I say this? Jessica's a baddie. There's no way she performed. There are other baddies. Well, there's only 2 more. The others are also regular. Sarah Ann is a baddie to me. And Amy is a baddie to me. And AD and Jessica. That's it. Everyone average. It's okay. Everyone is average. I'm average. I couldn't say that was a straight face. Sorry. Um, but we know what the ranking is between women, right? And sometimes people don't want to accept that. So knowing that, she knows that Jessica is talking to Jimmy and she likes Jimmy. So she's going to try to see, how can I one up Jessica? So I'm going to lie and say this. This is what was the turning point for for Jimmy and Chelsea. Okay.
And that's it. Get back into life. That's all I could ask for. But that sounds like a great day. Laughing constantly. I like that.
I like that I'm constantly awkwardly laughing. You have nothing else to talk about. Where is the death? I can never say that word right. DEPTH. Where's the death? Death. Anyway, how deep are your conversation? They not, because you are surface level, and it's okay. Some people are surface level. They keep this light and fresh, and that's something that some men like because they keep it light and fresh. Now, the one thing about Jessica, she wasn't light and fresh. Jessica is an adult because she has a child. She's not here to play games. She's gonna ask the right questions for her to make the right choice, not only for her daughter too. So in that same energy, we're not going to be surface level here. This woman laughs all the time. Who Kiki all the time? I don't. I like to laugh, but when it's time for me to ask questions, I'm gonna ask questions. This is already 2 hours long. Well, an hour and a half long. That means I like to talk. We gonna talk. We're gonna get into the business. We're gonna get into some serious, okay? So
I'm the simplest to please. You just gotta tell me you love me and laugh with me. I'm right there with you. It ain't that deep, you know? It ain't that serious. Can you see yourself at the end of this really being with someone? Yeah, I don't want to talk about other people, but
I don't want to talk about other people, but I'm here to find a wife. What does that mean? You're here to, don't talk about other people. Do you know other people are here for games?
I'm here to find a wife, and I'm here to find who I have the closest connection with. So, we should talk about something else. Yeah, I agree.
It got awkward because she has nothing to talk about. Him and Jessica has never had a dead silence. He was talking, she slid down on the floor, lay on the floor because there's nothing to talk about.
Do you ever get told you look like a celebrity?
That is the first thing you bring about? To look like a celebrity? Really, sis? That's it?
Yeah. Do you? I do. I do too. All the time on the plane, I get one person. And it's just because I have dark hair and blue eyes. Ooh. But I don't see it. So don't get excited. Say it. It's MG. I don't even know if it's MGK's wife or his girlfriend.
Girl, you know that's his wife. Do not downplay Megan Fox. MGK's wife is not a girlfriend. Put some respect on a baddie. See? I don't like women like that. I don't like women like that. Look at his face.
You saying you look like Megan Fox? Because I have light eyes and dark hair. That's the only reason. There's nothing else. Assuming so. I mean, oh. Listen, buddy. What'd you say?
The man says, "Can we get married?" What you say? Girl, you heard him. What you say? Girl, you heard him. Can we get married? You said that to put yourself at the level of Jessica. You were losing. You were losing. Even the episode is called The Hunger Games of Love. Netflix is childish for this, but The Hunger Games, for real. You were losing. You know, like you have nothing deep to talk about. You laugh all the time because you have nothing to say. And sadly, you had to bring up that you look like Megan Fox, knowing that Jessica looks good. At least I'm assuming so. The man said, let's get married. You cannot tell a man you look like Megan Fox to think that you're not going to win in their eyes. You're not supposed to give the man an idea of what you look like. That is not a part of the experiment. The experiment is you don't know what I look like at all. I might tell you I'm white or I'm black, but I could be light skinned. I could be dark skinned. You don't know that, right? I could be a pale white girl. I could be someone that tans a lot, or I could be a redhead. I could be a brunette. I could be a blonde white girl. There's different kinds, right? The options are unlimited, but you were specific. You said, I have brown hairs and light eyes, and I look like Megan Fox. And you lied because you are not shaped like Megan Fox, girl. You do not look like her because you're not small like Megan Fox. You little Miss Thickums. Nothing won't be Miss Thickums, but you do not look like Miss Thang. Stop lying. Girl, please. You knew you had to play your hand because it got quiet. And then the next thing you ask is, have you ever looked like a celebrity? I look like Megan Fox because you had nothing to talk about. You laughing because you heard that man. Let's get married. And what you say? What you say? Girl, can we be for real? If we're gonna be anything in 2024, can we be for real? Mm? Can we be for real? What you say? Nothing. Let's not. Be like, mom guilt, and I'm trying, excited. Anyways, so let's discuss Kang, Trevor, a true king, a true king of all kings. Um Trevor was dead set on Jessica, right? And to the point where he said, I don't care what you look like because I love you. And she said nothing. Honestly, because of so much insecurity, I think she did not believe that Trevor would like her. More or less say I love you. She was so in shock, like, oh my God, me? It wasn't like a shock like 80 would be like, oh my God, you so sweet. Oh my God, that makes me feel good. Use actual words. This is how I know there's no depth. Depth. A man tells you he loves you and you're speechless, like it's nothing in the world. Like, excuse me? Oh my God, like I'm in shock right now. Wow. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say. Girl, babe, oh my God, that is so amazing. Wow. Thank you so much for loving me like that. Oh my gosh. That has made my day. This is amazing. Wow. I'm so happy that we are in this experiment, that we get to fall in love and I don't know. Use your words, ma'am. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Are we here? Are we here? Now here's the thing, right? This chick wanted to win so bad that she had to come out and say, I look like Megan Fox. And what twisted this is that she wasn't expecting that Trevor to actually like her. She was so deep into winning the game between her and Jessica that it threw a monkey wrench in there when Trevor said that he loves her. He's like, oh snap, now I done played my hand. I can't play my hand with Trevor because Trevor don't care what I look like. And Trevor has no other options. Trevor said, I'm parked right here. And she playing the game. And used her hand, her only hand to be a fact, with Jimmy by saying, I look like Megan Fox. Now, she can't, I mean, she can, but it would be no point to use it with Trevor because he doesn't care. And that's where you, little lady, messed up at. Um, Jeremy and cockeyed Laura. I'm terrible. Jeremy and cockeyed Laura. Um, Laura is a bitch. She's a mean girl. And Jeremy is too playful. In a lot of ways, Laura has no depth too. Because just like Jessica, all they did was laugh and make jokes in the pod for the majority of it. The deeper conversations that he would have would be with Sarah Ann. Sarah Ann has depth. I appreciate women that has depth. I do. I respect Sarah Ann and I respect Jessica because these women had stuff to talk about. Amy, Laura, nothing. Nothing. I don't know what the connection was, honestly. And the fact that is like Jeremy and Jimmy both. I made a joke once. I said a lot of men that start with a name like J are diabolical. They're not serious. They're not serious. And I tend to be right. I'm usually right. I'm usually right. Jeremy is also someone who likes easy stuff. He doesn't like to have hard conversations. Now, isn't Jeremy 27 too? All these youngins, 28. I think he's 28. So they're like light. And Sarah was too serious. Sarah was too serious. Sarah were bringing conversations that make sense. Asking about how you feel about abortion. There's one thing I would take from Jeremy is that he said as a man he has nothing to say over a woman's body. That was the greatest answer of all time. He answered that correctly. And I love that. You would never in a million years have that conversation with Laura. Never. Honestly, I can barely remember what they talk about. I think they were talking about like how clean she is, how clean he is, and she made fun of it. Like, sis, what's the deal? Why are we making fun of him being a clean freak? Because you don't believe that he's a clean freak. I mean, yeah, but still, nothing. Anyway, I'm glad that we got to see that Clay can yell at women. And I'm so disappointed that she didn't stop that in the bud. She became small in the conversation. AD became small and took it and got bent over when that man was screaming at her for expressing herself about how confused she is in the. Now, granted, I don't mind a little bit honesty moment. I would have told what was going on between me and Matthew to another man. It's given with kiss and tell to my bestie versus my man. It's like you're telling and I don't know. I can't do telling. This doesn't sit right. This just doesn't sit right. Both actually. Her telling and him going off like, do you want me or no? Cause I'm down for you, boo. Are you with me or no? Cause how dare you put me in competition with Matthew? That out of all men, you fell for Matthew. I mean, we were all kind of the same boat. We were disappointed too. But you have no right to yell at a woman like that. It's been small things. You accept small things and they're gonna keep rolling. They're gonna keep rolling. It's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Next thing you know, you trapped like Risa Tessa. But anyway, that was episode 1 and 2 for season 6, Love is Blind. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Bye.